So, hello and welcome everybody to yet another beautiful music production live stream. Today is Tuesday, the 30th of June 2020. I am Felix Rösch, Berlin-based composer, combining or mining the edges of electronic, ambient and classical music. That's what I do for more than 10 years now. And here on these streams you will find a very beautiful and very small community of music makers from all over the world sharing our stories and always learning new stuff together. I do these live streams 3 times a week, actually. The streaming schedule for that is in the description of this video, so if you want to know when the next stream will be, just take a look there. I also produce videos on music production tips and all sorts of stuff. If you would like to join this little community, just say hi, and if any of that sounds interesting to you, I completely messed up this intro. Anyway, if any of that sounds interesting to you, consider subscribing, because that way you won't miss anything. Also, what I tend to forget to say is you wouldn't know, imagine how much it helps if you just leave a like if you like this video. So you don't have to click right now, but if in case you like it and you want to support me, it would be very much appreciated. Now, what we're going to do today is, like always, start with about 20 minutes improvisation and see if anything good comes from there. After that, we'll have a look at the improvisation from last stream. I think that was on Saturday. And after that, we will not be working on a new piano track. We will probably do this on Saturday, but this time we will master the EP that is about to come out on the 9th of October, which is the next release, with the lead single Budgie Dolphin coming out on 17th of July, I think. We're going to master that because I want to send a press kit and everything to everybody who needs to have a press kit for that release. And of course, the tracks need to be mastered. So that's what we're going to do today. Probably. You never know. Things change. But yeah, I'll just start with about 20 minutes of improvisation, and I hope you enjoy, and see you in about 20 minutes. All right. I just saw there are many beautiful people there already. Cal, hey Felix, hi to you. Mystical Physics, yo. Good day to you, sir. Mystical Physics asks, how many tracks will be on your next EP? 5, 6? I think it's 6. Yeah, we will master 6 tracks, and, well, that's very ambitious, I know. But we'll try. We'll try. I have to master them today, so either we get it done in the stream or I will have to work longer. Let's see. Cal writes, wow, them chords sounds great. Thank you. Thank you. The funny thing right there was I had no idea which key I was in. It was something D, but something not D, and maybe A, but maybe not A. There was a B flat in there somewhere because it kind of sounded right. And I feel like that's a very good place if you don't really know what you're doing, but you have a basic understanding that you can do things right. And I think that's a nice space to start improvisations. But we will listen back to this on the next stream. I need to drink something. Water. Nice that you're here. How are you? How is the studio build going, Mystical Physics? I think it should be finished by now, right? Wait, I'll go to the screen real quick. Okay, let's save this as 13th of June, improvisation. Wait, there is one already. Okay, just in case, let's mark this version 2. Okay, and open the last improvisation, which must have been from the 27th, this one. Let's hope it loads. Hey, play along tracks. Hey guys. Hello, nice to see you again. You promised you'd be there and you are there. That's beautiful. Welcome back. So wait, first of all, I'm going to switch off the reverb because it annoys me. Yep. Okay, that's better already. Mystical Physics writes, yeah, it's pretty close to being finished. However, in the last weeks, it's just been too hot to do anything. Yeah, I can imagine. It's already pretty hot here in Germany. I can't imagine how it must be. I don't know how many kilometers south is Sicily. It sounds really hot. And it's already way too hot to do anything here. Although today is fine, really. Okay, now. This is the improvisation from the 27th of June, this Saturday. And yeah, in case you just tuned in, we are currently going through an improvisation from the last stream. I usually start all my streams with about 20 minutes of improvisation. And on the stream after that, we usually go through that improvisation and see if there is anything good in there. And right away, I like this idea to have, you know, this one ostinato. It's probably not the best ostinato in the world. And then to have it a fifth above, I think it's D and A minor. That sounds kind of okay. Hey, and thank you for that like already. And in case you want to support me just a little bit, click that like button. You wouldn't believe how much this helps, actually. You don't have to. Don't feel pressured to, but if you want to support me, I'd be really happy. I'd be so happy, so happy. No, it would be nice. Although it's just fake internet points, but you know, they are good for the heart. Sometimes, fake internet points. Wait, I just wanted to see something here. Yeah, this, I'm not sure about this piano thingy here. But the basic idea to have this one ostinato, which this is kind of interesting. Maybe it's more of a technical thing. And I mean, what if there was another fifth above? So from, you know, we have this D minor thing playing, then an A minor, and then an E minor, maybe. And if we're really crazy, then in B minor after that. So we have 4 fifths stacked on each other. Sounds interesting. Okay, let's mark it orange. Alright. And I did something similar here. Although the melody is different and the... You know, I've set I have a looper on my piano. Actually, I have 2 loopers now, or 3 loopers on the piano, which all can be pitched down 1 octave like this. And they are not running in sync, so they are, you know, running free, and it's almost impossible to get loops that are the same length. So when you record a loop which is a little bit similar, every time it repeats, they drift out of sync, and this is kind of a beautiful effect. And if you've if you know Steve Reich, that's basically what he got famous for doing. And I think that's one of the starting points of this minimal music thing. Well, this sounds very mono. Why does this sound so mono? I think I panned the piano wrong there. well, that happens. Well, this is a nice melody if it was in stereo. Oh, thank you for the like. Thank you for the like. I like this little... It's a nice little melody. Yeah, well. And a little question answer thing. That's nice. Yeah. It's kind of nice, right? I like it. I think I like it. Again, although it's in mono, or it's pretty much mono, it's very mono, I think. Well, let's see. Yeah, it's... I mean, the piano thing that flies around the sides of it, the loop, is not in mono, obviously. But the rest is. And okay, there I don't know what I'm doing there, but I like this. I like this idea. Let's mark it deep orange, almost red. You know, and I also like the fact that it's just, it's like an idea and it plays, and then there's like 4 seconds of rest or 5 seconds of rest, and nothing is happening, and the loop can start to shine in the background, and then the piano comes in again. I mean, the overall structure is a little bit, I don't know, maybe that's interesting, I don't know. Cal writes, which plugins do you use for mastering? Basically the Ableton stock plugins, really. I hope you're not disappointed now. and of course the UAD stuff, because I like them a lot. Even though they make my computer crash sometimes, they have really, really awesome plugins. But we'll see, we'll see. You know, when we're done going through this here, we'll start mastering. And I'm not a mastering engineer at all. I mean, in a way I am, because I'm mastering my tracks, but I'm not professionally mastering stuff for other people, so... but maybe there's something to learn from this. Maybe not, maybe it's really boring. And if there is something to learn, if it's really boring, then that mastering can be really boring. I don't know. No, actually, I like it a lot. And you know what I also like are these loops. You know, I'm slowly building up these loops again, with my daughter crying in the background. Nice. Mystical Physics writes, I'm looking forward to seeing the mastering. Oh yeah. Well, it will be pretty, I don't know, don't expect too much really. Most of the time I'm really just adjusting volume here and there, and maybe doing some EQing, but just a little bit. Well, I like these loops here. Maybe the EP will be called Piano Loops or something like that. Oh, that's actually nice. And that idea again. Oh, I like it. Mystical Physics writes, I've been looking online for some services. They charge about 80 euros per track. Yeah, I know. It's pretty affordable, I would say, but I don't know. You know, I don't know if it's worth it for me, because I feel I can get the track to sound like 90% of what I want it to sound like. and I'm really poor. So there's that. But hey, people, one thing I can show you, which is I'm really proud of this. I'm really proud of this. Wait, let me see. Because I don't know if you know, I found this wonderful illustrator on Instagram. Let me see. And saw her work. What? Here, Marlene Draws. Yeah, and you know, because this EP was about animals and, you know, which have gone extinct and which should be like a celebration of them. It shouldn't be too depressing. And I really like these pictures. So I wrote to her, hey, could you illustrate something for my next EP? And she said yes. And now, quite some time later, we have finally... Wait, let me show you. We have a cover for that, and it's the best cover I've ever had in my whole career. Honestly, I like it a lot. Wait, let me see. There it is. Here. I mean, maybe you don't like it, but hey, I like it a lot. And it's basically all the animals that have gone extinct. The little blue macaw, the quagga, the golden toad, the budgie dolphin is also somewhere in there. And yeah, that's the cover. You are the first people to see this. Right? I also thought so. When I saw it, it was like, yeah, that's good. And I mean, I paid for that. I paid more than 80 euros for that. But I feel like it's worth it, right? And the mastering stuff, I can get it done okay, I think. Mystical Physics writes, nice, I like it. Oh, that's good. That's good to know. So I'm not the only one. Yeah. What's that? I found that to be really interesting. Like, this pretends to be, that's why I took a screenshot, this pretends to be like women in music. We're empowering women by showing them naked in front of a camera. I don't know if Heim is a group. It's probably a group. So if it's these three women making the music who have done this, that's probably awesome. Okay, maybe that's the case. So I was just... So, okay, I don't want to get into this discussion right now. Let's make music. Play along tracks writes cool stuff. Thank you. Okay, but I think this is basically just going... Yeah, you know what I also like to do right now is to take one idea and to continue with that idea and try to build it and not jump to the next idea in just a few seconds. That's what I did today with the same with the improvisation as well, because sometimes you need to spend more time with one idea until you have looked at it from all sides and angles and tried everything with it. That's here. This effect here again is something beautiful, because this layer that is playing here in the background, the piano, the looper, is a mix of pitched one octave down pitched piano sounds and some that are not pitched up but normal pitch. And when you release the effect of pitching it down, you get this with some normal layers. So you always have these, I don't know, it sounds really dense, I like this a lot. Okay, whatever I did there, I don't like it. No! What's happening here? Okay. Now that's also nice, if there's just this, and then there's a piano sound and that loop comes in again. That's kind of nice, actually. Kinda nice. Mystical Physics writes, I'm worried if I send my mixes out to be mastered, it will sound worse than it comes back when it comes back. I've heard some horror stories. Yeah. I don't know, I think it depends. I think I said this on the last stream as well. What I think is a good idea, and Pablo Ortega, is the cellist, who told me that, was that he looked for the mastering engineer of rival consoles and basically asked him if he would master his tracks. And yeah, I think that's a good way to go about it, because you know that person who will master the tracks knows what you want to do. So, you know, looking for somebody who mastered tracks you like is maybe a good idea. I'm not sure about these mastering services. I guess they are doing a pretty decent job most of the time, but I have no idea. I've never tried any. Oh, but I kind of like these. I don't know, it doesn't really stick out, but I think I like the loops the most in the background. Okay, let's mark this orange. I still like it. What was that? Ah, what's this? Mystical physics. What horror stories have you heard? I want to be scared now. Please tell me horror stories about mastering engineers. Okay, and then it fades out and is gone. And that's the mood. And I think I was trying to do something, and in my memory it didn't work. At least from what I remember, that was kind of not so interesting. Yeah, and I think I was right. I mean, I like this loop in the background on the blooper. But that's nothing too, you know, too special. Ah, okay, and then I switched on the dark pedal, the dark star reverb plus the instant lo-fi junkie. And then it gets really weird and distorted. Ah, well, I don't think that was anything. Alright. Okay, now, that was a quick one. Let's have these ideas here. That's just about less than 5 minutes. And I think we only need that one piano track here. Mystical Physics writes, I read that someone paid over $1,000 for stem mastering, came back with bass louder than vocals, random cracks, and took him 6 months for partial refund. Oh, that sounds bad. That sounds really bad. I don't know, you know, I think mastering can be really awesome, and it can really add to to your track. And I think the most important part of this is that there's another person who listens with ears that are fresh and, you know, have kind of the same taste in music as you do. Doesn't have to be, but you know, has to, at least they have to know what you want to do. And that's, I think, the main benefit. Listen, save that impro. Wait, what did I do? Why did I cut it? I just want to copy it. Okay, now we can open. And I don't know, I feel like, let's see. Maybe I will be at a point in about 20 minutes where I'm saying, no, this doesn't work. Maybe not, I don't know. Best of June version 1, yes, save, yes. Cal writes, whoa, that's bad. Yeah, I would be pretty pissed, actually. 1,000 euros is a lot of, oh, what's dollars? Still a lot of money. And especially a lot of money you could spend on so many things. Like you could record session musicians, you can have beautiful covers and photo shoots. Yeah. Well, that was from the 27th, June 27th. Okay. Kai writes, yeah, that's true. Always good to have a fresh pair of ears. Yeah. It's good, but in the past it kind of worked for me to just do it on my own. I mean, it's better. It's better if there's somebody who can, who can master this. But, I'm a poor little thingy. Okay, yeah, let's master it. Let's start mastering. Let's master. We're not going to do this in stems, I think, because I feel like or maybe we will have to go back to stems, but I hope we don't. Wait, let's see, where is Mia, where are the tracks? There, waves. Okay. And they are still named wrong here. Wrong names. We have to find the right tracks now. Krefeld Lament, Final Parade. They still have their old names. But hey, that's okay. Blue Macaw, Madeira Large White, and by G Dolphin. Okay. Now how? I mean, this is really mastering for poor people. So, but from the looks of it, it already looks okay. I'm mastering for Spotify, so I think it's minus 11 dB, minus 11 LUFS. Wait, let's see. I think it's. If anybody knows in chat, please tell me. Not Vicky. Spotify LUFS. And in case you don't know, LUFS stands for, I don't know, something with loudness. FS, usually full scale. How do I master my song? Let's look at how do I master a song. No, I just want to know the LUFS. Minus 14. Yeah, I also thought it was like minus 14, but I think it changed. Oh, you're right. You're right. Mystical Physics. Attract master to minus 14 LUFS. Okay. And LUFS is basically just a meter that takes into account the hearing. Human, like at some frequencies we are more sensitive than other frequencies, and this takes this into account, that some things may, and also some hits and stuff like that, if they're just really short, they can be pretty loud as compared to a signal that is a little bit quieter but for a long time. And all these things, LUFS takes this into account, so it's like the best measure for how loud, how the loudness of a song is, the perceived loudness is actually. No. Wait, where is it? Ah, it's here. Okay. Right, I still use this old version. Wanted to get the new one, but this does it. This works for me. I usually have this on my second screen, so this might get a little bit messy here. Let's just... But, it shows me everything I need to know here. It's the spread, the LUFS integrated, short-term and momentary, and I like this view here as well, the spectrogram. Okay, but let's start with the first track. Carl writes, during the loudness war, the mastering tracks looked like a big black line. Yeah. I don't want to remember these times. These were bad times, especially because I couldn't get my tracks to sound really loud. That was sad. I was always losing in this mastering war. But that's a long time ago. Okay, that's the track. I'm just ordering the tracks in, putting them into the order which will be appearing on the EP as well, so we can get an idea of Wait, is this in the middle? I have to see, wait. I'm not sure right now. It's 6. I'm forgetting how many tracks there are. Hey, and there's one missing. Little Blue Macaw, and then the Dies Irae, then the Krefer Lament. It has a different name by now. Final Parade. Ah, okay. And then this here. Now, this is... Let's see. Okay, this is really quiet. And I'm just going to have the track play through once and then see where we are loudness wise, or if there... First of all, I'm going to see if there are any enhancements to the stereo field or to the loudness in the different parts. Yeah, like here, for example, in the beginning already, that when this piano comes in, it's a little anticlimactic, you know, it's just there. So I will try something with, you know, automating the volume a little bit and also automating the spread so that it's in the stereo field. I think it's very broad here. Yeah, you see, it's all over the place. Just to make it a little bit more narrow. And then when that piano chord comes in, we'll spread the stereo, or you use the whole stereo field. I think these are the two things I would try now. Okay. So about there. Yeah. Let's just use the width control and write a beautiful automation there. Okay. And there needs to be some, you know, some jump in the gain, like maybe 2 dB. Let's see. Yeah, a little bit more. You know, this kind of works. Yeah, and it's already better. Okay, let's do the same thing with the stereo field and just make it a little bit more. Oh, that's way too much. Let's have like... Okay, and now let's see here. It's a little... Yeah, well, that... maybe not. That's too much. Let's put it at 80% maybe. And this thing here can be more. So let's start at -5 dB and it goes to 0. Let's see. Maybe that's too much. Yeah, that's too much. Okay, it starts at -3 and we can also drag this out a little bit longer and have it like curved a little bit like this. Okay, I think that's better. Let's listen again. Okay, and now once without headphones. Once more. Let's listen once more. Yeah, and I think one thing we can also do is maybe EQ it a little bit in the beginning at least, so that it's there's something wrong here. Something is wrong here. No, it's all fine. Probably, although there's a lot of bass missing right now. Weird. Okay. Huh. Okay, wait, I have to do a really quick test to see if there's enough bass here. On my headphones at least, right now. That's kind of weird right now. Just going to use an operator and a MIDI track. Yeah, should be fine. Okay. Okay, I guess it's just another microphone that's on right now. But hey, that's fine. Well, actually, that's not fine. Okay, what we'll do is mute the piano here, and that's not better. That's better. No, yeah. Ah, that's better. Okay, so sorry for that. Now let's. This is the operator making sounds. We don't want that. Okay. Yeah, I think we can go a little bit further with that spread. And it's a little bit quiet here in the beginning. So maybe we'll have this a little bit louder, then get quieter, and then louder again. To have this bam when the piano comes in. Okay, and the low end is really not that loud here. So maybe let's put on. I like the basic EQ here. Mystical Physics writes, "Good plan. Dynamic sounds good to me." Yeah, I think it's better than before, right? Wait, that low cut. And let's just push the low end a little bit here. Yeah, and maybe not the... There's a lot of rumble going on here. And maybe we don't need that. Let's see, there will be a sub here. Yeah. And here. There's a sub. And we definitely need that. And I think if it's at minus 12 dB, that's fine. I think I wouldn't go much more beyond that, but minus 12 is fine, I think. And maybe we automate this low cut to go to, to start here somewhere. So there's really nothing happening below 100 Hertz before that sub comes in. Maybe, yeah, that. I think the lowest, the root is at 80 Hertz somewhere. So, yeah, somewhere there. Okay, let's write an automation for that. And that's when the sub comes in. And there it needs to go, I don't know, here. Let's see. Okay, and there. And actually, we could do the same thing we did in the beginning, because this track is basically just one part, and the next part is louder, and the next part is louder, and the next part is louder, and the last part is really quiet. So we could do that. Oh, let's just see, just for fun, how it would sound if we increased the width. Okay, that's really bad. But I think we could go. Wait, let me just check on the monitors. Yeah, I think we could go to 110% width. I think I mean, it's not very radio compatible then anymore, but I'm fine with that. I'm fine with it. I didn't mix it in a way that would work with, which wouldn't work in mono. So I think this is something I will not fix in the master as well, which is fine actually. I don't mind that too much. Okay, and yes, and let's go plus 2 dB here, like make it a little bit louder there, so that this is like the at 120. So after 2 minutes listening to this, you will have this part, which is maybe too late to have a, but I don't care. I don't care. We can also think about some compression, I think, but later. Yeah, and here it gets really loud. Let's look at... yeah, minus 90, but it's still minus 19, right? Oh wait, that's the integrated. Short term is minus 18, so the whole thing is still too quiet. It's still too quiet. Especially because this part here is again really soft. So maybe we'll do some compression. Okay. What? Let's listen here again. I think this is too quiet. The beginning is too quiet. You know what? Let's have this volume automation here and just skew it. You can. That's a nice feature in Ableton 10. You can basically transform automations like this. So let's have this start at +3. I don't know, almost +6. I think that's good. And then it goes down, goes down, goes down. And it's quiet. Not sure if that's a good idea. Wait. So it starts at +3. That's okay. And I think the width here is a little bit too shallow. I think it should be 90% all the time here. So this is, it's still pretty wide, everything. And it's, well, not really mono compatible. It's okay. Yeah, maybe let's have this jump here be a little bit more, from -6, no, -6 is too much, -4 maybe. So it goes from -4 to 0. In this part. That's the volume automation right here. Yeah, I think that's okay. Okay, but it shouldn't go to 110% directly. The EQ here, this is the EQ automation. We're just going through this part here. And then it drops down for the sub. Yes, and now the sub has enough room, which is the lowest note, this one here. It's at about 38 Hertz. So we don't need to go that deep. We can go like here. And it's a I don't know how many. Wait, that's pretty loud right now. I don't know how many dB per octave, but times 4 means, I don't know. We could count here. I don't know, but it's pretty steep, that low cut. Cal writes, how important is automation? I have started using it yet. I have started using it yet on my mixes. Haven't. Well, it's really important. It's incredibly important, I think. Oh, I think at least. It depends on, you know, I think for most, let's put it this way, I think for most people it's really important because, you know, you can, like, stuff like this here. If I didn't automate that, not just this little volume automation, I think gives it a little more oomph when it comes in. And it's just these, we can do lots of stuff with it. Yeah, that's wrong. You can also destroy lots of stuff with it. And the problem with automation for me is that at some point it gets really complex, and it's really hard to keep all the little things organized well. And that's usually the point when I start to print out the whole thing and just start from scratch again and have all these automations in stems. But yeah, you know, this complexity can become pretty overwhelming pretty quick. Here already, right? I always have to look what automation lane this is, and it's already a little bit. I mean, that's just 4 automations or something, but it's already getting a little bit full. And especially when you're mixing, things can become really complex really quick. Play Long Tracks writes, the piano sounds soothing, really nice tone. Thank you. Yeah, I like this piano as well. This is probably the most expensive piece in this studio here. Yeah, and it sounds good. I like it a lot. And it's really just 2 microphones behind the piano. That's it. And some compressors. So, but this was actually a piece we wrote and finished and everything live here on stream. Yeah, that was, I think, in 10 streams or something. We finished this. But I feel like the overall it's okay. Let's see if we can make this intro here a little bit, this one here. If we can give this a little more oomph. Okay, this goes to +2, so let's see. Let's have, this is pretty heavy. We'll just have a 2 dB drop, and then it goes +2 dB here. Kyle writes, which is the best mic you own? I can show you. I don't know if you can see it right now. Wait, let me see. I can. This one. That's a Brauner Phantom Classic, and it's a really good condenser microphone. Not condenser. That thing where you need phantom power. And I'm saying that as a graduate sound engineer. I don't know the English term right now. Yeah. That's probably about 1,000 euros, I think. And this actually was a present. There's a nice story behind this, because when I was studying in Düsseldorf, there is a University of Applied Science where I studied classical piano at the conservatory, and at the same time I was studying sound engineering at the University of Applied Science, and I was doing an internship at this company. Come on, focus. Thank you. at Brauner, and have been working there for free for a month because I knew, and everybody knew, kind of that was very that was knowledge that was shared in this in my studies, that if you do an internship there, you get paid in microphones. So at the end, I got this beautiful microphone and a box signed by all the whole team at Brauner Microphones. Yeah, and it's probably the best microphone I have. The other one is behind the piano, and I'm not going to switch them off and take them here into the camera, but it's basically the, wait, let me see, KM184 from Neumann. But it's a stereo set, so the whole stereo set together, 2 microphones, cost also like 1,000 euros. Wait, no, this one here. And yeah, but they are really good. They are like multi-purpose. I don't know, not multi-purpose, but yeah, you can do a lot of them with them, and especially because they are in stereo, you can record stereo with them, right? And yeah, Neumann TLM 103. Yeah, it's the little thick one, right? I've recorded with this a couple of times as well. It's a good one. It's a good one. You know, I'm there's one thing I've learned while... Oh, wait. Yeah, that volume jump here is a little bit too much. Let's put this at -1. Let's see if this is better. One thing I've learned in my studies there is that it's much more important that the music you record is good and played well than if you use a, you know, Neumann what's U87, U87, or yeah, another microphone which is also good. I don't know. For me, it's really more about the music and less about the microphone. So if I have to record a cello with an SM57, well, that's okay. You know, as long as it's a good player and a good piece, I think that's more important. But yeah, if you have the okay, no, that's too much. If you have the opportunity to get awesome gear, do it. It's good. It helps. But then again, you know, if you have a beautiful microphone and beautiful speakers and a shitty room you record in, like me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know, there's a bottleneck, and that's always the worst piece of equipment you have will define the sound you have. So either you get a really good room, like Mystical Physics probably, and then you can start building on that. But if you don't have that, it doesn't really matter. So it goes quiet here, and now that volume jump here is just doesn't work. Let's put it at 1 dB, so it's just 1 dB. Well, that's okay. But at this point, this is almost not noticeable. Let's try the same thing again. Same trick with the width. I'm afraid we won't be able to finish all 6 tracks in this stream. At least when we're going at this tempo. Which is okay. You know, I want to do it right. I just do this one time. Okay. And you know, if you're wondering why I'm mastering on headphones right now, it's because I have a shitty room here. Yeah, and there's no acoustic treatment. I do actually do this on purpose, because, you know, if I put absorbers here and diffusers and all that stuff, it doesn't look like a living room anymore, at least to me. And I want to be working in a living room with plants and light and everything. So yeah, for me that's okay. And again, you could argue, why don't you send it to a mastering studio? And then I have to reply, because I'm poor. So sorry. I would. It would be awesome, you know, but actually let's get rid of this volume automation here. This jump is just not working. And let's have this a little more extreme. Yeah, I think that's the better thing, to make it really go mono and then back. That might work better. Boom, 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 boom. In case you're new here right now, currently we are working on mastering my next EP. Yeah, because I want to send out all the tracks and all that stuff tomorrow and upload it to Spotify and all that these beautiful things. So yeah, that should be happening tomorrow. So there's still a lot of work to do. And I'm kind of really lazy that I haven't done this before. Should have done this before. Well, but now that's the way it is. Okay. I just like this melody. Cal writes, I was meant to be recording my friend's band today, but 2 of the band members were drunk when they got here, so I had to tell them to come back another time. Well, yeah, I mean, what do you do, right? Hey, if they play well when they are drunk and they don't destroy anything, why not have them? You know, if they are paying you to do that, well, I mean, it's shitty because, you know, this is also stuff for you. You know, if you're doing this, wait, I'll just make this a lot louder now. If you're doing this for building a portfolio, that's bad because they probably won't play very well when they are drunk. I would not play well when I'm drunk. I have tried, and it doesn't work. At least for me. Yeah, but you know, if they don't pay you well and you do this because you want something to show for, yeah, I would kick them out as well. What kind of band is it? It sounds like a punk rock band or something, I imagine. Or something with loud guitars and drums. Which I love generally, but... Okay, and let's at the end get this... You know, spread. And at the end it's like... crazy. 240% spread width. Yeah, I can get behind that. And let's also make it a little bit quieter at the end. Let's see, it goes from +3 to -2, so that's 5 dB. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and here it goes from 2... Oh, it actually gets louder. Wait, let's look at this again here. Z. That's another nice thing. In Ableton you can just mark this area, press the Z, and then it will zoom in to this area. Wait, I still haven't given up the idea to have this volume jump here. Now it goes from minus... Well, that's subtle. That's really subtle. But it might work. Let's make it go from -1 to... Well, really subtle. From -1 to 4 dB. That's 4 dB. Cal writes, they are an indie rock band, but they just can't get organized. One guy could barely walk. It was 11 in the morning. Oh, that sounds like... Oh. Well. It sounds like that person has some problems. Okay, but Well, depending on what he was playing. If he's just playing I don't know, kick drum. Oh, even that would be hard if you can't walk, right? Yeah, it's also kind of, you know, if they want to record something, it's as long as they know that they can play it, I think it would be fine. But obviously he couldn't play, and that's kind of, you know, I don't know. I would be offended in a way, because, you know, you're offering your time, you're offering your service, and, you know, they just don't value that. But I mean, aren't there like countless other bands who would be really happy to have you record them? Although, you know, in this day and age, I think most of the time, the bigger bands I know all have their do it on their own, basically. You know, they have their rehearsal room stuffed with microphones and mixers and just record whenever they want to. But I don't know, maybe not. Okay, I think, you know what, let's listen to this piece one time. And... and... yeah, see how much... I think we definitely need some compression. You know what I like to do, and that's kind of... I know this is kind of... it's not cheating, but I use the... wait, where is it? The compressor. Is it isotope? No. Oh well, Universal Audio. Let's use Universal Audio. And let's hope they don't crash. Compression. You know, I think very often it's a good idea to use one fast compressor that catches the transients and one slower compressor that's, you know, rounding it out. So I think I would use two compressors, one very fast one. So maybe this one. Okay, now it's a lot quieter. And it's already working pretty heavily, so let's have this set to a very fast attack. Okay, and you know, what I like to do sometimes is just dial in really extreme settings to get an idea for what's happening, especially here with the attack. Okay, now let's look for something that is more dynamic, like this here. Yeah, but piano has no snappy transients or stuff like that, so I don't think we need that fast attack. Okay, let's dial it back. Yeah, it's still way too much here. Oh. Yeah, it's still way too much. Okay, right. Okay. Mystical Physics writes, yeah, most bands have their own studio these days. Yeah, I mean, because it's also really cheap to do so, right? I mean, the equipment is not really expensive anymore, and it's really good by now. So yeah, if I was a band, if I had a band right now, I mean, basically I'm doing it, right? I'm sitting here in my studio and... yeah. Okay, and it's working a lot here, you know. It's going -3, -5, -7. So this compressor is really working hard. Yeah, and it's still working here. Okay, let's use some makeup gain. Not some, a lot. I mean, all these beautiful volume automations we just wrote are, of course, now just gone. So let's put that compressor between the utility and the EQ. So we have filtered out the low end, which usually makes the compressor behave weird. And let's have the gray LA2A as well. Not just some dB. Yeah, here 2 dB maybe. Okay. Let's see how this sounds when the sub comes in. Because that's often, with compression, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, I have to listen on the speakers right now. Play long tracks writes, got to go back to work now. See you guys next time. See you. Next stream, by the way, Play Long Tracks will be tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central European time. So in case you want to watch again, you want to see us again, yeah, tomorrow 10 a.m. I think 2 hours will stream. Was nice that you were here. Really. Was pleasantly surprised to see you. So maybe see you tomorrow or just next time. Okay, and obviously that, I can't really tell if that bass, sub-bass works in this room. Because this room, yeah, just kills me. At least in this stage, it's really bad. Okay, now this is better. Okay, wait, I have to tell this little thing that we want to have minus 14 dBu. Maybe this compression is too much. Let's dial it back a little. And this here as well. Just the threshold a little bit down. And the ratio is, I think, 3:1. Let's put it at 2:1. Yeah, and here it's too loud for my taste. I think this should be much more mellow, this part. Yeah, like this. With this okay. I kind of like this. Okay. I'll listen on headphones again. Whoops. Whoopsie. Sorry. it's okay. I think it can go even lower. This part here. Let's see. Let's just like this. Maybe this one goes a little more, a little bit higher. Okay, let's go from here. And then stereo field reduces again, quieter, and let's see. Mystical Physics writes, so cool to hear all of the layers. Yeah, right? Thank you. There's lots of layers in there. And especially like these piano loops. That was actually the moment I started to try out one looper with the piano and thought, hey, this is actually pretty nice. Yeah, then I don't know if you remember 14-bit MIDI or Carol, who was with me in this live stream where we built this end part here, and who suggested that there needs to be something ticking, like a percussive element. So we recorded, or I recorded a violin, and I think a cello as well, or just a violin, I don't remember, doing this dip 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 in the background, which works really well, I think. Yeah, but I think that's fine now. Now let's just see if this is okay volume-wise. Let's have this go. Okay, we are at short term minus 28. That's still more than 10 dB off. Hey, and we are shooting for minus 14, not minus 24. Okay, now. It's still a little bit full here. You know, it's one thing. Okay, I remember what happened. Because when we wrote this, the problem with this first part was that it's, you know, it took very long. It was on this high level of noise, or not noise, but very loud for quite some time, and always felt like it didn't arrive where it needs to be quick enough. So I think starting with this volume automation we had here, it kind of, I don't know, emphasizes the problem that this track had before. Yeah, now this is better. This is better. So, I mean, the problem with this is it starts really quiet. Although maybe that's not a problem. Mystical Physics writes, yeah, it works really well. Thank you. And I guess you're referring to the end of this piece. Because I think the beginning is still not really good. So this here is the volume curve, the volume automation. And yeah, I mean, you see the piece itself is kind of this triangle crescendo. But yeah. Yeah, that's better. That's better, but I think it's too much. And still, short term is still at minus 16, minus 17. Let's see. I think we'll have to adjust this one here, so it's not minus 3, but minus 1, maybe. Let's listen again. I'm not sure if this is, I don't know, if this is over compressed or if it's okay. I'm really not sure. Wait, and you know what? So that you can hear my voice and that the music doesn't become too loud, I will put a utility after the music, so it doesn't affect this measurement here, but you know, you can hear my voice and I don't have to scream, which is better, I think. Okay, even now we're nearing the loudest part of this piece and it's still at minus 19 short term. So it's still way too quiet. Wait, what we could do is... No, that doesn't make sense. What I sometimes like to use is this little plugin here, which is free, by the way. It's the SM Exoscope by Smart Electronics. Cal writes, did you play the string parts in this track? They complement the piano very well. Well, not very well. I was exaggerating. Some parts. I played some parts. The parts I don't play are the ones that are very melodic. Like... These are the ones I did not play. I actually went to Fiverr looking for somebody who could play this, at least in the violin parts. And I found Oleg Bezuglov, who played these. It's basically just a 40-second part. And he was kind enough to to send us, I think, 8 takes of this, or 4 or 3, I don't know. It were enough to layer this a couple of times, and then a friend of mine, Pablo Ortega, who's a cellist, played the cello lines for that. And I think he also sent, like, I think he was the one who sent 8 versions of this, some with mutes, some without mutes, and yeah, so I just layered these melodies on top of each other. There is a stream where we are actually doing this, where we are building this. But yeah, the other parts I played myself, like these chirpy bits. I can play the cello like I don't know, like an 8-year-old maybe, so I can't really play it very well. Well, there are 8-year-olds who play much better than I do. But yeah, and the violin is really, I can just play one note. Maybe 2 notes, and with a little vibrato. But that's it. But sometimes this is enough, you know? Sometimes this is enough to... this is enough to compose something. You don't always need these very complex elements. You can just stack very simple elements and already create something beautiful. Okay, let's see. Now, one thing I also sometimes like to use is the... Where is it? Where are you, FabFilter Froel? Right. And just, you know, give it like 4 dB. That's... Mystical Physics writes, how will you raise the volume multi-band compressor at the end? Yeah, multi-band compressor would be one way to do it. I'm more of a... No multi-band. Let's just limit. Yeah, the Pro L, I like it. It's also an old version, but I don't need to upgrade. This works fine. Cal writes, nice, do you ever add any guitar parts? Rarely, almost never, no. I play guitar. I think that's my second best instrument. Like, first is piano, and then after, then there's nothing for quite some time, and then there's piano, guitar. But I haven't yet really, you know, there's an ocean of possibilities. But yet, I haven't tried yet. But yeah, that's, I mean, I have a Kemper amp here, so lots of possibilities. And I sometimes there was, yeah, I actually wrote a couple of tracks over the years, which are much more, like, a little bit more poppy, more poppy than this, like more pop music in a way. And I've used lots of guitars there, and I love to, there's a video by Jacob Collier where he uses, I think it's an ukulele and a bouzouki to do these little just flourishes in his songs. And then I thought, yeah, I need to do that too. So I bought a bouzouki and a ukulele, and have been doing that for quite some time on, like, not on these tracks, but on other tracks. Yeah. Now we are at short-term. Whoa, sorry, I'm screaming again here. Short-term is. Ah, wait. So sorry. No, this is better. Wait, let's see again. I had this utility that lowers the volume so that I can speak to you, put before that inside here. And now we are short term at -9. That's too loud. Okay, but let's see where we are in the beginning. Short term -20, -19. Yeah, we are probably too loud at this point. Yes, we are. Okay. So first thing, let's get this Pro L here and not have it just 2 dB. Or 2, is it dB? I don't even know. Cal writes, yeah, that would be cool if you did a track with guitar. Yeah, well, I was also thinking about, yeah, we can try. I feel like this ambient, you know, right now I'm on this ambient hype train. And I feel like there's lots of people doing ambient guitar stuff. And that's probably pretty nice to try that as well. But I feel more comfortable, and I think it's in a way more me if I do this on the piano right now. Oh well, it's too loud. Oh wait, maybe it's not too loud if we wait for the end, because the end is really quiet again. And that first part is quieter as well. Oh, Mystical Physics. Are you listening to this in your studio? I mean, still, it's you know, YouTube compression and all that stuff, so... but in case you are, and you're hearing stuff I don't hear, please tell me. Oh, this is really quiet here. Yeah, I think... You know, here it's really loud. And here it's really quiet. Let's make it a little bit more... Oh, let's push this a little bit more. And I feel like the compression is... There's too much compression. Let's bring it down. And this one here as well. No, this compressor is almost... It's not working at all here. Which is fine. And that thing is also not working at all. So that's also fine. And here, Yes, it is working. And this is working. And this compressor is also working. So all the compressors are working in this part, which they should be. Mystical Physics writes, I'm not in the studio at the moment, just listening on headphones. Oh, that's okay. Which headphones, by the way? Which headphones do you use? You know what? Let's listen to this from the beginning, and so we get a better idea of what the integrated loudness is for this. So you still see here in the beginning it's really wide. It's still really wide. And that's because I recorded like 20 of 30 layers of violin and cello. And penned them very far, left, right, and sometimes more to the middle, and yeah, it's really chaotic in a way. But I like it. Mystical Physics writes, no, I'm not in the studio headphones. It will be all set up in about 2 weeks. 2 weeks, okay. Well, in 2 weeks I don't know if I said this already, but next week I will be in theater rehearsals in South Germany. So next week, all of next week, I won't be able to stream. Which is a shame, but then again, I'm earning money. I have to work too, you know? Yeah, so next week I won't be able to stream. And the week after that we will be on holiday. With no internet. Never, ever, anywhere. Yeah, so today I will stream tomorrow and on Saturday. And on Saturday will be the last stream for 2 weeks. And then after 2 weeks we'll be back. But yeah, I need some holiday and some work. It's not like I'm working a lot. So I'm kind of looking forward to this. But I really hate not being able to stream because I started to like this a lot. Yeah, I think dynamic-wise this works pretty well. It's too loud, I think. Integrated loudness is at -11, almost -12 right now. So I think we'll probably be at -13 when this party is over. So it's just 1 dB. We just have to make it 1 dB quieter, which should be fine. Okay, no, it's 1.8. All right. Okay, -12.3. So we have to lose 1.8 dB. How do we do it? I mean, the easiest way to do that right now is just to drop this to 0.2. Let's see. Let's see, maybe this works. I guess it does. Wait. Okay, and I'll make it a little bit more. In case you're wondering, if I'm changing the volume of the track right now, I'm changing it after the measurement. So it's just for me being able to talk while we're listening to this. And you know what? I'll listen to this on my speakers here. So sorry. So sorry. Yeah, but you know what? I think this track is fine. This track is fine. I forgot to activate the measurement here. Way! Yeah. I think right now I would think this is fine. And you know, if it's 1 dB too loud or 1 dB too quiet, Spotify will automatically adjust this, and that's fine for me. Okay. Now this is the loudest part, and this here is the little blue macaw. I think we can do one more track. I thought I would do 6, but yeah, I think 1 is what we can do. That's all right. I'll just take the other tracks here and move them on a new track. Let's see. Now, first of all, this needs to be louder. Make it louder. Now, let's put some... Let's see. Some more high-end. That's nice, actually. Let's make it a little bit louder. Not just a little bit, but much louder. Mixing Scholar writes, "Hey everyone, hello to you. How are you? I haven't seen you around here. Beautiful that you made it. In case you're wondering, right now I'm trying to master the tracks, 6 tracks for my next EP. Yeah, and you know, I'm very poor. That's why I can't afford to use a mastering engineer. But yeah, I think we can do this as well. And I have lots of plugins here. Cal writes, "Hey, so mixing Scholar, what do you do?" Okay, hey, well, let's see, it's at minus 15 dB here. The stereo field is really weird. I think I did lots of weird stuff with this. Yeah, but dB-wise, this is fine, right? Integrated is at minus 15, so it should be minus 1 dB more. I guess we have to add 1 dB here, but you know, from a compression standpoint, I think this is okay. And I like to have these peaks here. Mixing Scholar writes, "Oh cool, yeah, I have mastered some of my own before." Yeah, right, I think mastering your own tracks is... And in the end, you know, in the history of mastering, I'm kind of returning what it usually was, and that's just adjusting the volumes of each track. So that, yeah, the volume kind of works if you're going from one track to the next, to the next, to the next, and it doesn't just, you know, one track is not too quiet or one is too loud or something like that. Okay, I think, well, for me, actually, this is... Wait, no. Delete automation. I didn't want to automate that. I just wanted to put it at 8 dB. And honestly, I mean, you know, a little bit more high end here. I have to be really careful with the high end, because I feel like if there's a little bit too little high end, that's better than if there's too much, because if there's too much, I won't listen to it. I will just switch it off, because it becomes annoying really, really fast. Now this is the loudest part, and that's at minus 13 right now. Oh wait, no, it's at... yeah, minus 13 something. Momentary was minus 11. Yeah, I think the momentary loudness is something integrated over 2 seconds or something. So you get a really good idea how loud it is at that moment. Alright, oh wait, let's put it at 10. I'm not sure if we should even compress this. Mixing Scholar writes, I'm studying in university, mixing is a hobby. I have been doing it for around 2 years. Okay, so what have you been mixing? And what do you study? It's also interesting to know. But you don't have to, you know, don't feel pressured. This is more about the music part here, mostly. Do you play an instrument as well? Because I think most of us here do. Yeah, maybe. Hey, let's try some compression. I would love that. Just to make it more, just to squeeze it more together. And I think for this one, well, the fatso. Ah, well, that's a little bit much, right? That's a little bit way too much. I kind of like it. Ah, well, no, this is too much. This is too much. Wait, there was, yeah, the Chandler limiter is something I also like to use. Okay, and let's have the sidechain ignore the low frequencies up to 150 maybe. Let's use a fairly quick attack. And some makeup gain, please. Nah, no. I think, actually... hey, you know what we could do? Cal, we could use some parallel compression. So let's really kill this here. And compress it heavily. And create another chain. And now we're just basically adding these 2 chains together. This one chain here is completely dry, so there's nothing affecting it. And this, let's call this dry, and let's call this compressed. So we have this completely dry track. And we have this completely compressed track we can just add to this. Mixing Scholar writes, I'm doing a degree in science and engineering. I have played drums for a long time, but recently started bass. What about you? Well, drums and bass. That's all you need, right? Good combination. I've studied classical piano and sound engineering, like classical piano at the conservatory in Düsseldorf, and sound engineering at the University of Applied Science there. And yeah, I mean, piano is the instrument I can play. I would say I've been playing this since I'm 4 years old, I think. Yeah. But guitar as well. I've been playing in bands a lot when I was like 15, 16 till 24, 25. But more like grunge and metal bands and stuff like that, and progressive metal and post-rock after that. So yeah, I've been doing quite some guitar stuff there. Yeah, now I'm making this. I don't know, I kind of like it. So let's listen without the parallel compression. It's like this, and with it. Yeah, well, there is a difference, I think. You know, let's make this compressed signal a little bit louder. Although we are already at -10 integrated loudness, well, we are too loud. I'm sorry, people. We have to tune this down a little bit. Let's put it at 6 here. The equalizer in Ableton also has this parallel compression. Cal writes parallel comp. Yes, yes, that's what we do. That's actually pretty nice. I like that a lot because you can use a really heavily compressed. And you know, it's compressed in a way that it's already distorting. We could even use a limiter, which has, you know, usually a compressor has these ratios. 1 to 1, 1 to 1 is nothing, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, and 1 to 1 to 1 whatever, and the limiter is just 1 to infinity. So it's just everything at a certain point is just flattened out. Yeah, that's our compressed signal, and that's the dry signal, and we mix them. Yeah, I kind of like it. You know what? Maybe we can kill this even more. I don't know if this is a good idea. I'll have to listen back to this tomorrow and see if this is a good idea or not. Let's listen back to this. Yeah, this compressor here is working hard. And it's distorting but, well, if we add that, kind of like it. And again, with parallel compression, you can have this one signal and just squeeze it into this tiny little material and just add that to the dynamic signal. So you have this bass level where when it goes too quiet, that squeezed material is still there and it never goes below that. So you have this baseline of yeah, punch and stuff like that. And also yeah, like I said, you retain some of the dynamics. Although I'm not sure if this makes it better here. Let's listen without. Yeah, it kind of is better. I like it better. Okay, let's see if we can do any volume automation here. Well, that was really optimistic to say that we can do master 6 tracks. That's impossible, I think. I mean, it's possible if you're just adjusting the volume. Yeah, but this wouldn't do these tracks any justice because I've spent quite some time working on these, so the time I'm spending mastering these should be at least more than 10 minutes. Okay, let's automate this one here, and let's put it after that sidechain parallel compression. Now I'm getting them confused as well, Cal. Thank you. No, that's okay. And it's definitely not your fault. It's definitely my fault, let's put it that way. Better framing. Yeah, okay, and let's just use this little volume automation here. So that it goes from minus, let's say -3. Yeah. Mystical Physics writes, I've done that before, thinking I can record like 10 tracks and only finish 3 or 4. Yeah. Yeah. I always used to overestimate what I can do. It always takes longer. But hey, that's it. That's the way it is. That's fine. Let's have this start a little bit louder as well. So minus 0. Let's see. Momentary loudness there is -17. Okay, and what's this here? It's -11. -12. Well, I think it's okay. It's okay. Let's have this go to 1 dB and not 0. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do let's do some width automation here as well. So stereo width in this case. So mixing Scholar, what are you interested in? What's your thing? And in particular, would you like to see something in particular here in these sessions? Because I'm really interested in what people want to see and what's interesting and what's not, so I can do the not so interesting stuff when I'm not streaming. Okay, this here is too loud, and let's have this go to -3.5. So the whole effect will be a little more subtle. Okay, and I'm afraid I have to end the stream pretty soon because yeah, I have to take care of my little daughter, which I love to do, but sometimes I'm thinking I would like to master this track and the other tracks as well, and the other tracks, and to have this finished today. But yeah, honestly, I think I'm going to do that tonight. So maybe, this won't get any streams, so these streams will cannibalize themselves, but maybe I will be streaming tonight. Mystical Scholar writes, I'd love to see some tutorials on mixing, but I enjoy seeing people just make their own music. Okay. That's good to know. Yeah, I also think that seeing other people create something is kind of satisfying, because especially when they stream the process, because you get to see all these little side paths and one-way streets they take and have to come back from, and these errors they do and mistakes and decisions, which are the main part of the work we do, actually. These little decisions. Does it sound good? Does it not sound good? Why does it not sound good? Or why does it sound good? And how can I improve on that? And it's never like you know exactly what to do. It's always and I really enjoy seeing how other people take these decisions and make these decisions, because you can always learn something for yourself. Especially when you watch them make mistakes. Like I do a lot. So right now we're at integrated -14. That's okay, actually. Cal writes, no problem, we'll see you next time. Yeah, that's good. Mystical Physics writes, yeah, I really like watching the whole process. Right? If you watch like Deadmau5 or Culprit was also streaming at some point. Yeah, I really enjoyed watching these streams. Mystical Physics writes, some of the mixing channels just show the last process of mixing. Exactly. And it can be confusing not know how they got there. Mixing Scholar writes what I would like to say now. Exactly. And the process, how you get there, is actually what's important, and it doesn't matter if you're writing music or if you're mixing music or if you're painting something. The most important thing with all of these processes are these little moments when you don't know if something is good or bad, and you're trying to figure it out and trying to solve a problem, and you do that by having done that so many times and so often, and having listened back and seen so many things, that you kind of can anticipate what will come out of your next step. Yeah, and the interesting part is when this goes wrong. So yeah, because then you grow. Actually, you've learned something. So I kind of like this. I think. Yeah, but like I said, I'm already 7 minutes over my over my schedule here. I probably have to end this now. It was a pleasure to stream for you today. And like I said, I will maybe even be back tonight. Maybe. Most probably, because I have to finish these, and I can just as well stream that process. So yeah, so maybe see you tonight. I don't know quite when, probably when my daughter is asleep, so I don't know, 9 p.m. Central European time, probably, maybe 10, and then I will continue working on this and hopefully finish this whole thing. So either see you next time tonight, or I'm also streaming tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. And on Saturday. So yeah, it was a pleasure. And yeah, Cal writes, bye guys. Mixing Scholar writes, cool. See ya. Yeah, see ya everybody.